course, I wasn't good to run too. What's up, you guys? My name is Michael Trader, otherwise known as TiredTater, and on my channel you'll find some bottle reviews, both new and old releases. I even throw in some store picks, today's video, and you'll also find some blind sampling in my series Sputter Dud. So go check those videos out, and without further ado, let's get down to this review. So today's review is a little bit of a long-term goal of mine, let's say. This bottle is from Circle City Whiskey Company, which, if you can't tell already, I think maybe 2 of my videos are on Circle City. If you can't tell, I really like them. But this one was picked by Red Barrel Liquors in Mooresville, Indiana. It is the Que Sera bottle, which, check out this beautiful label that Drew just came up with. Look at that. And then you see a little sticker on the side. It's a little Uncrustable. It's a little bit of a hint. So this one is a 7-year MGP 75-21-4. It is 117.4 proof, $74. It is finished in French oak barrels that held Delille Cellars Signature Syrah. So I'm not much of a wine guy, just so you guys know, so don't think that I'm coming at this from some guy who sips on some beautiful reds or dry whites. I don't know a damn thing about wine, so take that for what it is. So a little backstory on this bottle. Like I said, this has been like a long-term goal of mine. I've been on several picks at Circle City. Every single time I go there, I always recommend this finish to anyone who is there on the pick. I just want everyone to try it because I don't know of another brand that does Syrah finishes. I don't even know what Syrah is. I just know it's a wine. I've never tried it by itself, but if it tastes anything like the finishes, I might like it. But I always recommend these finishes every single time, and it seems like every single pick I'm on, everyone loves it. But then we just have one more barrel that is just mind-blowing that puts this one in second place every single pick I'm on. So these are slept on, and they're incredible. With that being said, I was also a part of this pick team for this bottle, so I'm slightly biased, but it was really just me, Alex, and someone else just trying through some samples with Circle City's distributor, and we just all loved it. So let's get to this review. Let's see how it is and see if I can be a little bit unbiased. All right, let's see what this nose is. Oh man. So immediately you get like the sweet caramels of like a standard MGP bourbon. You get the spice that comes in an MGP. And then you get this like super fragrant, like jammy grape. If you open up a new can of, what is it, Smucker's jelly, oh dude, this smells just like it. It's not incredibly wine forward. You don't get that, like, I call it like a buttery or like a fermented grape smell to it. I don't like wine, but you don't get a wine finish, so you're not going to be immediately put off by it. If you hate wine, you're not going to be put off on it at all, because I don't drink wine, like I said. So you also get like a spiced grape candle, if that's a thing. I don't know if that makes much sense to you, but it makes sense to me. But you also get that French oak spice that you find in like a good Penelope bottle, like a store pick. It adds like a whole other layer to this. I think this bottle is just complex on the nose. I really love it, and I bought one bottle so far, but I'm fairly certain I'm gonna end up buying an entire case of this because the nose alone is that good. So the nose isn't the most important thing, but I'd give it an 8 out of 10. So the nose isn't the most important thing in a bottle, it's all about the taste. So if the taste compares anything close to the nose, you know this is going to be phenomenal. Oh, so you get like a lot of spice, maybe on the tip of your tongue, and then it kind of goes from the front to the back. I think it's great. I would say this is like a perfect balance of like a breadiness with a very slight amount of nuttiness. And then both of those are rounded off with some grape jelly or grape jam. What is even the difference between jam and jelly? I don't know, but comment below what you think the difference is. The mouthfeel is very silky. This is quite literally an Uncrustable in the glass. If you can think back to when you were 9 years old and your mom packed you a lunch, you had a long morning, you know, failed your math test or something, then you get to lunch and you pop your lunchbox right open, and then lo and behold, there's a grape Uncrustable in there, cold, perfect temperature, and you rip that plastic open, you just take a big old bite into it after you remove the crust from the Uncrustable. You know what I'm talking about. Big bite into it. That's what this tastes like. Amazing. Perfect. So the first crack, I'd say this does drink a little spicier than you would expect. But I will say after I've opened this up, I've drank about maybe a quarter of it. It definitely does balance out over time. It's a lot less spicy than it was when I first got it. There's a little bit of like tartness on the end. I'd definitely say that's probably like a from the wine finish, but it's very unique. It's very good. If you can't tell, I love this bottle. But I'm going to give a little bit less unbiased, because if it was just me, I'd give it a 10. I don't think it's a 10, but I do think it's an 8.5 out of 10. This is pretty damn good. So now let's go to the finish and see if it complements the taste or if this just dies off and sucks. So I'd say in the finish, this is where the Syrah really plays its role. It kind of just rounds out the spice from the French oak, from the MGP, gives it like this sweet, velvety, just mouth coating experience. It's very grapey. It's velvety. It leaves your palate with like a slight wine taste, but if you don't like wine like I don't, it's something you're not going to be put off by. And it's very complementary to the bourbon. It doesn't overpower it like some other people do when they finish their bourbons. It just really rounds it off like the shape of an Uncrustable. I'm telling you, man, this was the perfect name. I will say though, Alex, I know you're gonna watch this. I made that beautiful emoji looking Uncrustable for you to put right here, and you didn't. You put 3 Uncrustables stacked on top of each other, and now I'm hungry and I just want to eat all 3 of those Uncrustables. So I'm upset at that. So needless to say, I love this. The finish of it, 8 out of 10. It's great. So before I give you the final score though, I just want to remind you to like, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about my channel. I'm getting this close, that close, to 200 followers at the time of recording this video. Maybe by the time I post it, I'll have 200. Who knows? We'll see. But share this with your friends, your bourbon clubs, everything else. I'm having a lot of fun just ranking and rating things. If you guys could see my Excel sheet, there's probably like 600 entries into my own little chart. Maybe one day I'll make it available. The final score for this is an 83.5 out of 100. This is probably one of my higher rated bottles this year. If you guys have enjoyed this video, I know I ramble and just talk all kinds of crap. Feel free to check out some of my other Circle City reviews, especially the one for my buddy Jackson, his store Pour Decision. He had a phenomenal rye, and you've got to go try it. You've got to go buy one. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Cheers.